Okay, we have ourselves a very interesting piece of news. Earlier today, it was announced that New York Islanders defenseman Ryan Pulock has been placed onto the IR. Now, this is a pretty important move because when you look at the Islanders and their defense core, you talk about Alex Romanov, you talk about Noah Dobson. Dobson is an absolute beast. Oh my goodness, I did not realize Daily Faceoff had these player charts here that are accessible on their website. That is really cool. My goodness, 98 percentile player. That is awesome. Yeah, definitely makes sense. Noah Dobson has been a total stud this year, but everybody else on this defense core has been, do I want to say lacking a little bit? I mean, Alex Romanov logs a lot of big minutes. The guy gets a lot of blocks. Bolduc, younger guy. Ryan Pulock, of course, he's out. Scott Mayfield is a player that I'm seeing Islanders fans everywhere complain about because, yeah, that guy's signed on for a really long time at a pretty decent to okay cap hit. I don't really know if I'd say it's a bad cap hit necessarily, but he is a bottom pair guy. You also have yourselves a bunch of guys that are on the IR. Adam Pelech, you can't see it on the screen, there you go. Pelech is on the IR, Pulock is on the IR, Aho is on the IR. You could say that with all things considered, this team needs a defender. So, what do the Islanders go out there and do? Well, I'll tell you what they do. They make a trade for Robert Bortuzzo from the St. Louis Blues. St. Louis acquires a 7th-round pick in exchange for this defenseman to the Islanders. Take a look at the trade details over here. St. Louis Blues President of Hockey Operations and GM Doug Armstrong announced today the team has acquired a 7th-round draft pick from the Islanders in exchange for Bortuzzo. Bortuzzo, 34, was originally acquired by the Blues via a trade from the Penguins on March 2nd, 2015. So 8 years ago, this guy was initially acquired. The Thunder Bay, Ontario native has spent the past 10 seasons with the St. Louis Blues, totaling 54 points and 320 penalty minutes in 424 regular season games. He also collected 3 points, 2 goals, 1 assist, and 42 penalty minutes in 47 postseason games. Bortuzzo is one of 16 players in St. Louis Blues history to have spent at least 10 seasons with the team. So, even though Robert Bortuzzo is a guy that has been a Blue in the blood for the past decade, he's getting sent over to a New York Islanders squad that needs more support from their defensemen. Like, I don't know, man, this D-core, on paper, you could say they have some good names. Of course, Noah Dobson stands out. Alex Romanov, I definitely don't think he's like the worst thing in the world. The guy logs like 28 minutes a night, so he's got to be doing something right. But you could definitely see that he may not necessarily be a quote-unquote top-pairing defenseman. But because this team definitely has a few injuries, they needed to address the defense situation, and what better to go out there and get a guy in Robert Bortuzzo, who's literally only played 4 games this season. Yeah, he's been on the shelf this year, and even though he is a Stanley Cup champion, he won with the Blues in 2019, even though he has logged a whole bunch of penalty minutes and a few games over the years, Robert Bortuzzo this season just simply hasn't been playing. They didn't give this guy the opportunity to succeed. And hey, that's not really the Blues' fault. I mean, Bortuzzo definitely isn't a guy that is going to be a huge game-breaking body for any team out there nowadays. He's just a body. That's it. If you go over to his fantasy summary, I mean, here's a little inside scoop as to what's going on in my fantasy league. I mean, the guy has only played 4 games this season, averaging about, let's say, 10 minutes-ish per game. He gets a block here and there, he gets a hit here and there. He's not really the most, like, active player, but if you want somebody to fill out minutes on your team, then hey, Robert Bortuzzo is at the very least a guy. Let's go over to the contract situation right here. $950,000 till the end of this season. He had signed this contract, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, after making about $1 million a year. So at the end of the day, big right-handed defenseman, 34 years old. He's probably going to get some playing time with New York just because they do need defensemen to fill out the rest of their lineup. You don't want to be playing Noah Dobson 30 minutes a night, but, I mean, if they didn't make this trade, they probably would have had to. So, This is an intriguing move, definitely not the most, important of the bunch, but either way, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the Islanders making a trade for Robert Bortuzzo. This is a Blues vet heading over to the island in a very desperate situation. They needed a guy, which is why they just sent a 7th round pick to St. Louis to get one. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. I hope you enjoyed this video. And bye.